Hi, Frank Warwick, Enterprise TV. If you want to catch some fish like this, look at some of the tips I'm going to show you. Right, you can hardly have failed to notice how popular zig rigs are getting these days, with good reason as well, because zigs are a super alternative to fishing on the bottom. As you know, like in the past we used to think that the fish had switched off in the winter, for example, feeding, because we weren't catching them on the bottom on boilies or particles and things. But with the use of zigs, we found that the fish are sitting in the upper layers of the water quite a lot, and obviously people are using black foam in various shapes and sizes, you know, little tiny cylinders. So we've had a good look at it at Enterprise and decided that to refine it a little bit. So the guys decided to make a greater water beetle in like the plastic, you know, the buoyant stuff. And that's typically got the shape of it. It's better than just a little disc of foam or a little cube of it. A nice little touch is that there's different colours, flashes, that are basically you can use as a stop. So you can change colours, there's 4 or 5 different colours in there, so you can have a little flash of colour if you prefer it, or there's just plain black if you want that. And then there's a foam insert of the high density foam to give it extra buoyancy. So if you're using a very long zig, say between 14, 16 feet long, you know with the high density foaming and the buoyant plastic that it'll stay up for days basically. And because that's what you want, you don't want to find out that your zig's collapsed to the bottom and sunk, which just plain foam can do sometimes. So this ultra buoyant stuff keeps it perfectly presented. And when you see it from different angles, it does look like a beetle, which is a nice touch, and that's what you want. I've been trying these. And even though it's been a really cold winter and the spring's been abysmal, and we're only just getting into summer now, even though we're in June, it's been quite successful. I've had a few nice fish on them. And I can really recommend that you give these a twirl if you're into zig fishing. And if you're not into zig fishing, you really should try it soon. Make it part of your approach. Because if you don't, you're really missing out. And another tip for you, a lot of the fly hatches and a lot of the insect life is moving at night. So don't just think, right, I'll have the zigs on in the day when it's sunny. Get the zigs out at night and leave them out all night and give it a go properly on all your rods. And as a starting point, you want to fish 2 to 3 feet under the surface, depending on what the depth is. Say it's 10 feet, I'd set it at 8 feet or 9 feet, and be higher up in the water than you would imagine. I've not done so good fishing them close to the bottom, but if you're fishing in the upper layers, it's excellent. So there we go.